In this video, we are going to explore the iconic Bahubali movie set inside Ramoji Film City. Both Bahubali 1 and 2 were shot here, and the entire crew stayed on location for almost 600 days. Just think about that. It's nearly 2 full years of filming right here. And once you visit this set, I guarantee the next time you rewatch Bahubali, you'll be watching it completely differently. You're watching Travel and Food YouTube channel. And before jumping into the video, we just let you know that we are reading every comment that we are receiving from the starting of the channel, and the support from all of you have genuinely kept us going. If you enjoy our content, drop a comment. It gives us real energy to keep creating. And in the previous part, we have covered how to reach Ramoji Film City and the central jail set, the railway station set and the garden set. If you haven't watched that yet, the link is in the description. Check it out. Alright, this is the entrance to the Bahubali set. Right at the entrance, you will notice drums placed all around. There's a large bell in the background and a massive tree standing tall. Just take a look. This is just the entrance and it already sets the mood perfectly. The gate here is designed to look exactly like the grand historic doors you would see in a king's era. Let's head inside. Beautiful massive gates. The set design is just outstanding. As soon as you step through the entrance, you are greeted by a large elephant statue, beautifully placed right at the entry. And now look at the inner side of the entrance gate. The detailing isn't just on one side, both sides have been meticulously crafted. The most important thing to note here is that all props used in the actual Bahubali movie has been preserved and maintained exactly as they were during the filming. Let's explore what else this set has to offer. First, we see a massive drum right in front of us. And when you're coming from the entrance, right here you will spot a Shivalingam set. And just next to it, there's a mandapam-like structure. Move a little to the right and let's zoom in. Can you see the 6 horses? That's the structure from which Bahubali makes his legendary climb in the film. Let's walk ahead and see more. Look at this massive pillar. This is where Devasena was chained in the film. And yes, the actual chains used in the movie are still right there on the pillar. You can also stand next to Devasena's statue and take a photo. That looks pretty surreal, right? And down here, this is the exact spot where she was imprisoned. Under this tree is where iconic Bahubali and Katappa lunch scene was shot. Movie stills from that scene are displayed right here. The tree is just as it appeared in the film. And behind the tree, a chariot stands on the display. Let's move to the right. Over here is the king's throne and the arena where the bullfighting sequence was filmed. There's another large throne further behind. Let's go cover that too. In the film, Ballal Devan fights a single bull. But as you can see here, people are having a great time taking photos fighting 2 or 3 bulls at a time. Looking around the set, everything looks like it was crafted from the real stone. Let me tap on it so that you can hear yourself. Did you hear that? It sounds like stone, but from a distance, this genuinely looks like a carved rock. That's an incredible set work, right? Even after the film is wrapped, all the props that were used were placed exactly in the same place and it is preserved so well that they could be reused for a future historical film without any damage. And look to the left. Those props were used in the war sequence of the film. Seeing them up close, they look so real. And when you turn around, you see a massive wheel. Look at the size of the thing. And up ahead, you see the king's throne. There's quite a crowd waiting just to get a photo on the throne. It's totally fine to want the photo, but if everyone is queued up properly, it will be a smoother experience for all, right? And finally, the Grand Chariot. You will recognize this from the iconic chariot scene in the movie. Everyone's posing next to it, and honestly, it's one of the best photo spots in the entire set. After visiting the set, if you rewatch Bahubali, you will understand exactly how the palace, the war sequences, and almost the entire film were brought to life here. That's 600 days, nearly 2 years. With that level of dedication and sincerity is what made Bahubali the larger than life, epic cinematic experience that it is. Next, we are here at the Bahubali Darbar, which is essentially a food court within the set. Food is available here and I have displayed the menu and prices earlier. The walls around you are covered with iconic scenes from the film. Katappa's betrayal, Devasena's story, and even the opening sequence from the part 1. And when you pan to the right, you have crossed all this, then you head towards the exit. Now it's time to say bye-bye to the Bahubali set and board our next bus. There's a merchandise shop near the exit. Let me zoom in. In that shop is where actually our exit path goes. Once you step out and board the bus, there's still a lot more to cover. The European street, the airport set, Hawa Mahal, that's based on the Jaipur theme, Japanese garden, Maya Lok. Loads of sets are ahead of us. And so far we have covered the Bhagavatam set and Bahubali set. And about this Bahubali merchandise shop, the name says it all. Honestly, the Bahubali themed items are quite limited here. It's more like a general souvenir shop. I walked in expecting a Bahubali themed store, but it wasn't quite that. A signboard here reads that you are in the Bahubali set. As I said earlier, we have completed the Bhagavatam, and next we have the Ramoji adventure, Sahas, and we are heading towards the European street and Hawa Mahal. Let's keep moving. Leaving the Bahubali set, we have now arrived at the next location where the movie Matka was filmed. Let's step inside. Just look at how the set has been done. It's really nice, right? Let me zoom in a bit. You notice the disco lights? If you have seen the movie shoots, you will know what those are for. The behind the scenes footage from Matka movie is played on the screen to the side. In the movie, the floor was designed to look like a marble, but now it's not there. This is the exact spot where those scenes were filmed. And here is what's special about this set. They have kept it fully intact and made it functional. They have even set up a cool drink stall right here. On the menu we have Kiwi Delight, Blue Lagoon, Sunrise and Sparkle Cranberry. It's served in a vintage bar setup with a bartender style counter and a whole aesthetic that was maintained from the film. The big screen in the background plays songs from the movie. If you walk a little further inside, there's a complete room setup with vintage 80s style and cardboards and the period furniture. The entire set is maintained so the future productions can be used here again. And when you come back out, the serial lighting along the corridor looks absolutely stunning. And we're going to cut here and meet you at the next location. After the Matka set, we have arrived at the Sahas Adventure Land reception. Our tickets comes with 2 complimentary activities. However, it was quite crowded here, so we decided to skip the rides and grabbed some snacks instead. The snacks are priced exactly how you can expect in the adventure park or movie theatre. It was on the higher side. Each samosa was 40 rupees and the pizza based roll was 70 rupees. And totally these 3 items came to 150. Let me show you the full snack menu and the pricing on the screen. And after a short break, we headed towards the European street.
Welcome to European City. Left side second building motion capture virtual reality. शो खत्म होने के बाद सीधा जाओ लेफ्ट साइड एयरपोर्ट से दूसरा बस मिलेगा हवा महल जाने के लिए.
When you look from above, the European street is laid out in S shape. Instead of flying to London or Paris, they have recreated the entire European experience right here. With those colorful buildings, vintage lampposts and the cobblestone roads, it genuinely transports you to the location. And the same location also houses the motion capture technology and virtual shoot sections. Let's check it out. The King Kong figure that looks at the top is remarkably realistic. One thing which we really worth appreciating here is they have managed the queue here like a proper Tirupati queue darshan line. It was organized and systematic, and alongside posters explain how green mat technology was worked in the real film shoots. First, we saw a demo of a live motion capture. The Hollywood movies like Avatar, King Kong, Tintin and Lord of Rings all use this technology. In Indian cinema, it's used in Ravan, Kochadayan, Indiran 2.0, Bahubali and Brahmastra. And here whatever the movement the performer does gets reflected on the screen in real time. And how many cameras? They had about 12 cameras in total. 3 on the 4 walls plus 3 in the corners. With a green mat like this, anyone standing on it appears to be in a completely different foreign location. That's the virtual shoot and the kids absolutely loved it. The person ahead of us who is wearing a hat, watch how it shows up in the screen. And interestingly, you see they use Canon camera here similar to the Sony cameras used on the Big Boss. After completing the virtual shoot section, you can view the output on the TV screen outside. You can also see the actual computer systems that are used to power this virtual shoot technology. So in this one section of Ramoji Film City, you get hands-on understanding of the technology that is used in the biggest modern movies. This might not be in the level of Disney Studios or Universal Studios, but for India, this is as close as it gets. Ramoji Film City is truly one of a kind in this country. Now we are back on the European street with no visa, no passport and no flight ticket. It was a budget-friendly Europe tour right here in India. Did that sound like a travel agency ad? No. But honestly, the colorful buildings, the lamppost and the stone-paved roads genuinely remind you of Europe. Restroom facilities are available along this entire stretch, and throughout the tour, restrooms and drinking water are well distributed. It was a good planning. The architecture here includes French-style balconies and London-style street lamps. It is a great spot for photos, reels and profile pictures. And after walking since the morning, we were pretty drained, so we stopped at the cool junction to hydrate ourselves. They had sandwiches, cut fruits, and juices. We tried lemon water and buttermilk. The price was little on the upper side, but it was refreshing. And if you are visiting in the summer, this stop is non-negotiable. Right across the cool junction, the yellow building is used as hospital set in various movies. Let's see how we can get inside a flight with no ticket and no boarding pass. At a first glance, this departure area, the arrival boards, the check-in counter, they look completely convincing. And once we step inside, here you can see the waiting lounge, the departure grades, the LED display boards, the flight logos, security checking areas. These all were designed to look like a real thing. And the beauty of this set is it's fully customizable. You can change the airline names on the check-in counters, update the digital boards to show London, Dubai or Singapore, and even you can restyle the waiting lounge area to suit the film story. Today it's set up as a Rajamouli airport, tomorrow it could even be a foreign airport. The green mats that you can see on the both sides, they are for the virtual background shots. And the airport scenes are one of the most common setups in our films. The hero needs to make a fly abroad, villain makes a last minute escape, and heroine breaks down at the boarding gate. Doing all of that at a real airport needs permission, security clearance, crowd control. It's expensive and complicated, right? This airport set solves all of that. Even the overhead cabin baggage compartments are set pieces. And interestingly, the seat configuration here is 2-2-2-2, which isn't something most of us would have seen in a standard flight. Near the exit, there is a realistic galley area for the flight crew. It's very detailed. So far we have seen the railway station, train set, and now the airport and the flight set. Two very different production settings and all comes under the same roof, the Ramoji Film City. After boarding the bus, look to the right. An actual film shooting is happening right inside this Ramoji Film City, right here live.
I hope you all are enjoyed at Bahubali sets and European streets. Look your backside. One building, 4 elevations. Front side International Airport, back side hospital, right side church, left side library. And Sala's Hawa movies were shot here. Look your right side, the beautiful way KGF movie Garuda entry scene was shot here. Look your right side, top white color temple. This is the Meenamma temple. Chennai Express movie temple scene was shot here. Telugu Rebel movie temple fight scene was shot here. Look your right side, this is the MP building, multi-purpose building, and KGF movie Mehbooba song was shot here.
Ramoji Set Tour. Ramoji Set Tour.
Look your right side, this is the jump fountain made by Roman designed fountain. Now I am sharing some general information about shows. Movie Magic, mostly 3 major attractions. Filmi Dunya, Action Theatre, Space Yatra, 2 live shows. Spirit of Ramoji, Stunt live show. Pandustan also 3 major attractions. Dome Theatre, Borasura, Rain Dance. One of the special show winter carnival starts with 7 p.m. DJ dance, carnival parade, musical glow garden. All shows have started 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Look your right side top. This is the Hawa Mahal, Rajasthani theme. And Hindi Ayan movie Dream Bum Backup Bum song was shot here. Top of the Hawa Mahal you can see 70% of Ramoji Film City. Look your right side, this is the Limelight Garden, mostly used to award ceremonies and marriages. Look your right side, this is the Angel Fountain, highest fountain in the Ramoji Film City, made by Greek designed fountain. Look your right side, this is the umbrella garden, all trees trim, umbrella shade. Look your left side, this is the leg garden, mostly used to golf courts. Look your right side, this is the Arizona garden, mostly used to breakup songs, sad songs for short years. Look your left side, this is the heartbeat garden, mostly used to love proposal scenes for short years. Look your left side, this is the family garden. Look your front, this is the fantasy street. Directly use this location like a Kodaikanal and Ooty. Next to your eco tour will be start Butterfly Garden, Birds Museum. You can see there.
In the from Hawa Mahal, you can see almost 70% of the entire Ramoji city, and this section is built on a Rajasthani theme. The steps at the front of us are used for song shoots. In fact, the famous song Dreamum Wakapum from the Hindi movie was shot right here on the steps. Almost the entire song was shot at the Ramoji Film City. The folk artists were getting ready for a live performance. And from Hawa Mahal, we are heading left, and that takes you to the Masala Garden, Sanctuary Garden, Japanese Garden, and the bus boarding point. The walls of the Masala Mahal are decorated with Rajasthani palace theme art and murals. We tried puri with chole here, that was priced 200 rupees. From Masala Mahal, we headed down. Below is a location called Mayalok, and that's where Vaji song from the Rajinikanth movie Shivaji was filmed. On the other side, we have the Chinese garden. Let's go in. The moment you enter, you see a large tree that greets you. Along one wall, the design resembles a dragon's tail, and honestly, you feel like you have actually stepped into China. The pillar structure over the water, it's a very popular spot for the visitors for taking the photos. And we are looking for where the water comes from. It's fed by a small man-made stream within the garden. It was cleverly designed to appear completely natural. Sitting by it and dipping your feet in that, after a morning full of walking, it was pure relief. A small bridge runs over the stream, and the way the whole water flow system is set up, it just looks like a natural. Even the rocks above the waterfall source have been placed without altering any of their natural form. And this is a thoughtful design here at the Ramoji Film City without altering anything that was present naturally. Also, you will find similar fountains throughout the film city. And just outside the Chinese garden, you will find the Japanese cafe. Only the cafe's name is in Japanese. However, the snacks here on the menu are very much Indian. I have displayed the menu and the prices on the screen. Do check it out. And after boarding our next bus, we are now here at the Askari Garden. And in this, we have the Butterfly Park, Bird Park, Colors Garden, Kripalu Cave, Bonsai Garden, and the Sun Fountain Garden. And let's explore them one by one. Walking through here, it feels of like it reminded us the Sims Park in Kunnur. It was a proper outdoor botanical experience. Next, we have arrived at the Butterfly Park, but this looks like more of a museum, right? It was like covering the butterfly life cycle, classification and types. And once we come out of the butterfly museum, this is where the actual butterfly park is. It was full of small plants and the real butterflies fluttering around. Let me just zoom in so that you can see the real butterfly. Next up is the bird photography section. It was set up with specific conditions designed for photographing the exotic birds. Just look at the instructions that have been displayed here before we took a photo. Followed by that, we are entering into the bird garden. It starts with a variety of ducks right at the entrance. The kids are going to love this section. And right next to the ducks, there's a large indoor waterfall. The moment you see it, a song immediately comes to your mind. Then we have the ostrich enclosure. And after seeing this ostrich egg, a certain popular dialogue comes starting in your mind.
இந்த ஆஸ்ட்ரிச் தெரியுமா? நெருப்புக்கோழி இப்படி இருக்கும். நெருப்புக்கோழி முட்டை பார்த்தியா? வாவ், இவ்வளோ பெரிய முட்டை. ஆனால் முட்டை போடுற கோழிக்கு தான் தெரியும்.
And we are finishing off this Askari Garden with this bird souvenir store and the fountains and the color garden. The color garden is essentially a nursery where plants and the flowers of different colors are grown. These are the same plants, and these you might have seen being used at the Charisma Garden near the Film City entrance. And once we are past the Colors Garden, there's a food court called Kripalu Cave. Just look at the menu here, and just beyond it is the Kripalu Caves. It has an underground setup. Right at the entrance, we have a beautiful Buddha statue. Just look at the calm expression. And let me take you inside this Kripalu Caves. It takes us kind of like entering into the underground. A little further in, we can see two sculptors are carving a statue from the stone, and this has been like set up quite extraordinary. Here you can see a magnificent Nagaraja setup. The scale and the detail, it's just like it's eye-catching, right? And you can see stone sculptures on both sides with the natural structure of the cave walls. You feel like you've been like transported to an ancient era. And just continue on, you can see lantern style lights flickering along the walls, and those dim and warm lights and the atmosphere around you, it feels like a time travel. And we were like wondering whether all of these cave structures, they have actually made with an artificial or with the proper stone. Let me just check it out. And throughout the cave, divine background sound plays softly. It makes the experience even more special. And only with someone with a true artistic sensibility could create something like this. This Kripalu Cave is a perfect example of that. At the end, you can see a Buddha who is seated with his disciples. This entire place like has a peace and stillness. And once we come after the Kripalu Caves, we have the Bonsai Garden. After seeing the Bonsai Garden, on the other side you can see the Sun Fountain Garden. And since it is the evening time, it is a bit blurred out because of the evening sun. Let me try to walk a bit further so that I can zoom and show you. So finally, we're gonna board our bus here near the Sun Fountain Garden. The time now is 4:25 pm. We have started our day at the Ramoji movie magic right here, and we are back at the starting place. If you want to enjoy the entire place without skipping any spots, you should be here at 9 am so that you can visit all the shooting spots without any hurry. This Ramoji movie magic entrance is a huge structure, and once you walk near it, you can see that both sides has paintings on the theme of cinema on a grand scale. Before boarding the bus, there is a small amusement area called Fundustan with mini rides. If you have time before the departure, you can make a quick stop here and enjoy your rides. Now the time is 5 pm and we are heading out to the entrance. To the side you can see buses were lined up to pick up the guests who are booked through the Sri Srinivasa package. And now we are back at the starting point. From our experience, as you would have known, we came here through the Telangana tourism package. The van picked us up around 8 am from the city, and it took an hour and a half to reach here, the film city. After reaching here by 9:30, we actually started the tour around 10 am and we had to leave by 5 pm. That's totally 7 hours here, and everything was bit tight here. We had to even skip few spots. To cover all the shooting spots in Ramoji Sim City in a single day, you should be arriving here by 9 am. And if you want to travel from the Hyderabad city to the film city comfortably without depending on the public transport, this Telangana tourism package is a solid option to consider. And we hope this video is helpful to you. This wraps up our Hyderabad series, and we'll see you in a new series next time. Take care. Ta-ta.